Blue Lakes, Mount Sneffels Wilderness. Blue Lakes is located in the Mount Sneffels Wilderness near Telluride and Ouray in southwest Colorado. The name Blue Lakes refers to 3 glacial lakes in the San Juan mountain range sitting beneath the intimidating 14er Mount Sneffels. From Denver, it is about a 6-hour drive. When we started the hike shortly after sunrise, the San Juans to the east were blocking the sun from hitting the trail. The trail starts along the East Fork Dallas Creek, but quickly climbed an elevation where the rapids from the creek were no longer heard. Because we camped at a dispersed campground less than a half-mile from the trailhead, we were able to get an early start and ideally first dibs at a campsite. Other than a few day hikers we met early on, we had the trail to ourselves. At 1.7 miles, we had climbed over 1,000 feet in elevation and reached a small creek that flowed into the East Fork Dallas back down the way. Most of the rocks were wet and submerged, so we had to be careful with our footing as we crossed. For us, the trekking poles helped out a lot. We then reached a clearing and got a sneak peek of the San Juans surrounding the trail and the Blue Lakes up ahead. This is when we started to get very excited about our final destination. The remainder of the hike would be completed with the early morning sun beating down. Though we had hiked through the tough first part of the trail, there was still more work to be put in. Our packs were definitely starting to feel heavy on our backs, but we knew it would be worth it. Again, we were quickly rewarded with breathtaking views of the surrounding peaks. Quick glance back down at the valley below showed how far we had come. It was my birthday only 2 days ago, so I was wearing my new hat that Megan had got me. It has turned out to be the perfect hat for outdoor adventures. And then finally, at 2.8 miles in, we met back up with the East Fork Dallas Creek, where a nice waterfall flowed down through the trees that separate us from the lower Blue Lake. We were definitely getting closer. Just a couple more switchbacks, and we had reached a clearing providing impressive views once again. The lower Blue Lake was just through the trees. The lake was obviously named for the impressive blue color displayed when exposed to the sun's rays, an effect that was in full force when we first arrived. We knew what it looked like ahead of time based on the pictures from Instagram and AllTrails, but seeing it in person for the first time still left me stunned. Next, we set up camp and packed our small day packs for a quick hike up to the upper lakes for lunch. After leaving the lower lake and rejoining the trail, it ascends quickly up an exposed mountainside, offering more views of the surrounding landscape. We were met very soon after by a wide section of the creek that needed to be crossed to continue up. Compared to the creek crossing earlier in the morning, this one was much more tricky. And as you reach the creek, you can just see the blue lake through the trees to the right. Next, the trail continues its steep descent uphill, but as a compromise, you'll have the first of many aerial views of the lower lake. The trail then becomes grassy, and this means that the first upper lake is near. We stopped for a while to enjoy the views of the upper lake, take some pictures, and have a snack. From here, the trail continues along the side of the lake where the columbines were in full bloom. There were seriously so many columbines, we stopped every few seconds to take pictures. Once the second upper lake is in sight, you can see the Blue Lakes pass straight ahead and Mount Sneffels up to the left. We stayed a while before heading back to camp to enjoy an afternoon of reading in our hammocks next to the lower lake. The next day, we had a full day of sightseeing planned in Ouray, Flat Canyon of the Gunnison National Park, and Salida. And so we got up at sunrise, but ended up hanging out until 8 a.m. to see the first rays of sun touch the lake and that magical blue color return. Our overnight at Blue Lakes was a highlight of the entire summer and a place we hope to return to again many times.